am a monster. The words reverberate through the corridors of my mind like a cursed echo that never fades. I know what I am, and I know what I have become. The darkness that I have embraced is not an accident. It's a deliberate choice, an acceptance of my true nature, stripped of all pretense. I have shed the lies I once told myself and others, and in the shadows, I found my real identity. The world has tried to mold me into something I am not. From the day I was born, I was taught to be gentle, kind, and compassionate. They wanted to shape me into a mirror image of their hollow expectations, to fit me into a box that could barely contain the raw power seething within me. They failed to see the truth. They failed to see that beneath the mask of civility, there was something more, something primal, something untamable. But I knew, deep down, I always knew. There was a beast within, caged by the flimsy bars of societal norms and moral codes. It clawed at the walls of its prison, whispering to me in the dead of night, urging me to let it out, to embrace the darkness that I was taught to fear. And one day, I did. I broke the chains that held me back, and I set the monster free. I am not the hero of this story. I am not the shining knight in armor who rides in to save the day. I am the shadow that lurks behind the hero, waiting for the moment to strike. I am the embodiment of fear, of power unchecked and unrestrained. I am the force that bends the world to my will, not because I should, but because I can. Do not mistake my words for a confession of guilt. I do not apologize for what I am. I do not seek redemption or forgiveness. Those are the illusions of the weak, the crutches of those who cannot face the truth of their own existence. I am not weak. I am strong, stronger than any of them could ever hope to be, because I have embraced the monster within. I have accepted the darkness, and in doing so, I have found freedom. The chains of morality no longer bind me. The rules of society are nothing more than fragile threads, easily broken by those with the will to do so. I am no longer bound by the expectations of others, no longer shackled by their judgment. I have risen above the petty concerns of the mundane world, and in the process I have become something more, something greater. I am a monster, and I wear that title with pride. For in embracing the darkness, I have unlocked a power that few dare to even dream of. I have tapped into a wellspring of strength that lies dormant in most, hidden behind layers of fear and denial. I have faced the void and stared into its abyss, and I have emerged not as a broken man, but as a force of nature. There is power in darkness, a power that the light can never understand. The light is fragile, fleeting, easily extinguished by the harsh realities of the world. But the darkness is eternal. It is the canvas upon which the light paints its feeble illusions. It is the soil in which the seed of true power are sown. It is the crucible in which the strongest are forged. I am not afraid of the darkness. I revel in it. It is my ally, my companion, my truest self. The darkness does not judge, does not demand, does not restrict. It simply is, and within it I have found my home. I have learned to navigate its depths, to draw strength from its shadows, to become one with the night. Some may call me evil, a villain, a scourge upon the world. Let them. Their words are meaningless to me. They are the cries of the weak, the fearful, the ignorant. They do not understand what it means to be truly free, to break the chains that bind them to their pathetic existence. They do not understand the joy of embracing the monster within, of letting go of the lies they have been fed since birth. I do not need their approval, their acceptance, their understanding. I do not need anything from them, for I am self-sufficient, a being unto myself. I am a monster, and in that I have found true liberation. I do not seek to change the world. I seek to conquer it, to bend it to my will, to shape it in my image. For in the end, that is the only truth that matters. Power. Power is the currency of the universe, the force that drives all things. It is not kindness, or love, or compassion that moves the world, but power, raw and unfiltered. Those who have it rise, and those who do not fall. It is a simple truth, one that many refuse to acknowledge, preferring instead to live in their comfortable delusions. But I am not one of them. I see the world for what it is, and I have chosen to embrace its reality. I am a monster, but I am also a master of myself, of my destiny, of the world around me. I have learned to harness the darkness, to wield it like a weapon, to use it to carve out my place in the world. I have learned to let go of the fear that once held me back, to embrace the power that comes from being true to oneself, a clarity that the light can never offer. In the darkness, there are no lies, no deceptions, no masks. There is only the truth, raw and unfiltered, and in that truth I have found my strength. I have become a monster, not because I was forced to, but because I chose to. I have chosen to walk the path of power, to embrace the darkness within me, and to use it to become something more. I do not fear what I have become. I do not fear the consequences of my choices, for I know that in the end, it is not fear that drives the world, but power, and I have power in abundance. I have embraced the monster within, and in doing so, I have become unstoppable. There are those who try to stop me, to stand in my way, to bring me down. Let them try. They will fail, as all who have come before them have failed, for I am not like them. I am not bound by their rules, their limitations, their weaknesses. I am a force of nature, a being of pure will, unbound and unrestrained. I do not seek validation from others, for I am beyond their petty concerns. I do not need their approval, their acceptance, their love. I am complete in myself, whole in my darkness. I am a monster, and I am proud of it. The world may see me as a threat, as something to be feared, to be destroyed. And perhaps I am, but I do not care, for I know that in the end it is not the light that prevails, but the darkness. The light is fragile, weak, dependent on the whims of the world. But the darkness is eternal, unchanging, unyielding. I am a monster, but I am also a survivor. I have endured the trials of life, the pain, the suffering, the betrayals. I have faced the abyss and emerged as stronger, more powerful, more determined than ever. I have learned to thrive in the darkness, to draw strength from the shadows, to become one with the night. There is a beauty in the darkness, a beauty that the light can never understand. It is a beauty that comes from knowing oneself, from embracing one's true nature, from letting go of the lies and illusions that the world tries to impose. It is a beauty that comes from power, from control, from mastery. I am a monster, and I make no apologies for it. I am what I am, and I embrace it fully. I do not hide from my nature, do not deny it, do not fear it. I have accepted the darkness within me, and in doing so, I have become something more, something greater than I ever could have been in the light. I am a monster, but I am also free from the chains that once bound me, from the lies that once controlled me, from the fear that once held me back. I have broken free, and in doing so, I have found true power, true strength, true freedom. I am a monster, and I am proud of it. I wear my darkness like a cloak, like armor, like a second skin. It is a part of me, as much a part of me as my flesh and blood, my thoughts and dreams. I do not fight it, do not deny it, do not fear it. I embrace it, and in doing so, I have become unstoppable. I am a monster, and I am not alone. There are others like me, others who have embraced their true nature, who have found strength in the darkness, who have become something more. We are the ones who thrive in the shadows, who draw power from the night, who have risen above the petty concerns of the mundane world. We are monsters, but we are also masters. Masters of ourselves, of our destiny, of the world around us. We have learned to harness the darkness, to wield it like a weapon, to use it to carve out our place in the world. We are not bound by the rules of others, not limited by their weaknesses, not restrained by their fears. We are free, and in our freedom, we have found true power. We are monsters, and we make no apologies for it. We are what we are, and we embrace it fully. We are the darkness, and in the darkness, we have found our strength. I am a monster, and I am proud of it. For in the end, it is not the light that prevails, but the darkness. The light is fleeting, fragile, easily extinguished. But the darkness is eternal, unyielding, unbreakable. I am a monster, and I am unstoppable.